Hello YouTube, welcome to my first look review of Kid Icarus Uprising. This is my thoughts of the game after 12 hours of gameplay, most of it in multiplayer mode, but I've done a decent amount of the single player mode to give you guys my thoughts of the game. Kid Icarus Uprising is a fun game, but it suffers from many issues, two of which I'll describe right now. First, this game isn't very easy to play comfortably. They provide each game with a stand for a reason, and that's because trying to play without it will give you hand cramps. I have found one other way to play this game without the stand, but that involves getting in a curled up position. So overall, this game isn't much of a portable one, which is unfortunate. The second problem this game has is that it's too jam-packed. That usually isn't a bad thing in video games, but in this case, it makes the many problems this game has more problematic. This game is split up into two modes, solo and multiplayer. Solo has you going through missions following the same pattern, air battles, then land battles, and then concludes with a boss battle. Air battles for the most part were really fun. I don't have any problems with them, just there will be overcrowding of enemies and blasts that will come on screen, and there will be times when it will be kind of hard to determine whether big objects will come left or right of the screen until they hit you. As for land battles, I encountered many problems. How you control the camera, that was first a problem, but I've gotten used to moving the camera with the stylus, and I just adjusted the pressure in the options. So that's not much of a problem for me now. As for the vehicle control, that was very clunky. I didn't enjoy those. I didn't enjoy the grind rail parts either. I also got irritated of the platforming. There were many cases where I fell off and I died for the reason of just not navigating the area right. And there will be times when the game will try to play mind games on you. And instead of just being interesting puzzles, they're just flat out annoying. And when I get out of those missions, I think, man, I don't want to ever do those again. Lastly, there's the boss battles. And I do have to commend them for putting lots of detail in the enemies and bosses and making each of them unique and really awesome looking. But the boss battles have a lack in momentum when you battle them. So basically what I mean is, when you battle them, they don't show any signs of weakness when you attack them. So what you do is you just try to dodge their attacks and you keep attacking them, hoping that they just go over and you defeat it and you survive. There's no health bar to look at, and like I said, they don't show any signs of weakness when you attack them. It's just like you keep attacking and then all of a sudden they are defeated and you're like, what? The battle's done already? At least that's what I felt when I went and did the battles. As for multiplayer, the experience is very chaotic, but it's fun and addicting. The one problem I have with multiplayer is that the game allows each player to bring their own set of powers, and it provides you with powers on the battlefield. So there will be some battles where it just involves a bunch of superpowers being used on everyone, and that isn't really much of a game of skill, to be honest. I mean, it's just a bit too overwhelming, and I wish that they didn't let everyone have the access to use so many huge and powerful attacks. But still, multiplayer is really fun. I personally enjoyed Light vs. Dark more than the free-for-all, but I played a good amount in both modes. The last thing I'll talk about is the presentation, which is fantastic. The graphics are amazing. I didn't find myself playing with the 3D on that much because my head moved around too much because of the just so much action that was happening on the 3D screen, but I feel like it could benefit people who have with the 3D on, because blasts will come your way and probably be easier to dodge moves. The soundtrack is well constructed. There's no tunes that are stuck in my head though, so I don't know. The voice work is excellent and the script is funny, but sometimes a bit cheesy. I would have liked those parts to be separate cutscenes, because for the most part I'm not really paying attention to what they're saying because I'm too focused on shooting enemies and dodging enemies. Other than that, I think that about wraps up my review of Kid Icarus Uprising. this game has tons of replayability. I love the tons of possibilities of weapons you can use. And so, yeah, this is a fun game, but it has many issues. I give this game an 8 out of 10. Look forward to my full review, which I'll have in about a month's release of Kid Icarus. Subscribe for more reviews, comment below, and until my next review, see ya.